I think he don't did them because he really wanted to do. I think Turki Alashi told him, you need to do something. And he did. He did.
Same shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147. I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them. Stump a mud hole in it. He gonna be next. Why?
Canelo Álvarez and Terence Crawford aren't just appearing together, they're heating things up. From the very first exchange of words to the final cold stare, the tension between them has been non-stop. Things got so intense, even Dana White had to step in.
You know what? I didn't. He did before. He tried to welcome me back. And it just was my reaction. That's it.
Crawford didn't pull any punches during their latest face-off. He made it clear that on fight night, there won't be any pushing or posturing, just pure punishment. Then he dropped the line, "I'll stomp a mud hole in your ass." That wasn't just talk, it was a clear declaration of war.
When I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Yeah. Watch. Yeah. Watch.
It didn't feel like a typical press tour, it felt like a fuse being lit. Crawford may be laughing off the tension and acting like Canelo's antics don't matter, but behind that calm smile, something serious is brewing. He's not here for small talk, he's here to make history.
Listen, that wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that little push didn't do nothing, as you can see. But come fight time, we're not going to be pushing, we're going to be punching. So it doesn't even matter.
Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, Terence Crawford's longtime trainer, gave a straight-up take on how the early rounds against Canelo Álvarez could go. He didn't downplay the challenge. Facing a fighter as experienced and strong as Canelo is no easy task. Bomac admitted that the first round could be tough, a test of timing, range, and rhythm.
It's just gonna play out, man. You know, like I always say, it's gonna be a tough few rounds. You know, until Terence makes his adjustments, and then like he does every fight, he's gonna take it over and run away with it.
However, Bomac made one thing clear: Crawford sticks to a proven formula, and that's been the secret behind his success. He explained that once Crawford figures out his opponent's timing, adjusts to their rhythm, and breaks down their style, the momentum shifts fast in Crawford's favor. This wasn't just hype, it was a calm, confident prediction from a trainer who's watched Crawford solve every challenge in front of him.
The longer they let Terence grow, the worse off they're gonna be. So that's how I look at it, like that. We just look at it, a big dude.
Yeah, no, you look pretty filled out, pretty solid.
And strong.
On the other side, Canelo has taken things just as personally. He brought up his fight with Billy Joe Saunders, saying Crawford lit that same kind of fire in him. And when that fire's burning, Canelo says he becomes a whole different animal in the ring.
Question for Bud Crawford. You know, a lot of MMA fans, UFC fans, may not have ever seen you fight before. And they might tune in because Dana and the UFC are involved. So what has it been like maybe introducing yourself to a lot of them?
Of course, the critics have jumped in too, and Jake Paul, never one to stay quiet, had something to say. He chimed in on the Canelo versus Crawford fight, taking aim at how it's being marketed. Known for mixing showbiz with combat sports, Paul didn't hold back, saying there's a big gap between the hype and what's actually being delivered.
I think it's corny, to be honest. You know, I tweeted, imagine if Ronaldo and Messi had dinner together before the World Cup. That's just not how real competitors. You think Michael Jordan was doing that type of shit? So I think it's corny, and I would never engage in any of those activities.
The battle's just getting started, but Canelo Álvarez has already made one thing clear: he's lost all respect for Terence Crawford. The Mexican champ says Crawford's behavior at the press conference crossed a line. What hit him hardest wasn't just the trash talk, but Crawford's comment that he didn't care about living up to anyone's expectations. For Canelo, that made it personal.
More personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Alashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walk me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different.
At the press conference, Canelo didn't hold back. He suggested that the chaos in their last face-off might have been sparked by someone from Crawford's team, possibly Turkey, telling Crawford to come straight at him. In response, Crawford fired back with a warning. If Canelo keeps pushing him, it won't just be a fight, it could be the end of Canelo's career.
I didn't touch him.
You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We
First-
know.
first-
we know.
first
we
and
know.
foremost.
We know. Before I respect his word because he say, "Oh, I'm not gonna let somebody to tell me what I need to do," and he did. So, but you know me. Just I respect everybody, but if you with me, so it's gonna be different.
Terence Crawford's choice to face Canelo Álvarez in his own weight class isn't just bold, it's fearless, defiant, and potentially historic. In a sport where most fighters play it safe and avoid high-risk moves, Crawford is charging straight into the fire. He's already made history as the only man in the four-belt era to go undefeated in 2 weight divisions, and now he's aiming for a third, against one of the most accomplished champions of this era. Not everyone is thrilled about it. Some of boxing's biggest names, including Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins, have voiced strong opinions. But when asked who he favored, Hopkins, known for his sharp fight IQ and calm under pressure, didn't hesitate. He gave Crawford an 85% chance of winning.
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat.
Hopkins gave Crawford a stunning 85% chance of winning, a bold prediction that caught a lot of attention. But he wasn't basing it on stats or numbers. What Hopkins saw in Crawford was something deeper, mental toughness. He pointed out that not many fighters can go through real adversity without breaking. For Crawford, Hopkins said the goal shouldn't be to impress fans or silence critics, it should be personal, internal. He needs to step into that ring fully believing that nothing Canelo throws at him can break his will. No matter how tough, painful, or drawn out the fight gets, he must stay locked in and never back down.
He's not going in there to prove something which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's going.
There's no shortage of opinions as the fight draws near, and Teddy Atlas isn't holding back. He's fully backing Crawford, with no sugarcoating and no second guessing. Atlas made it clear, he's not out to disrespect Canelo's legacy, but he clearly wants to see Crawford take the crown and end Canelo's reign. Politeness aside, Atlas is all in on Crawford.
I'm taking Crawford. He'll handle it all. That's it. I am. I'm not in any way trying to shortcome the tremendous fighter named Canelo. I like Canelo a lot, but I like Crawford more. I like Crawford, and I liked him before Canelo didn't look great in his last fight against Skull. I liked him when the fight was first made 2 years ago, talked about 2 years ago, or close to 2 years ago.
You know, it's a hard fight to call, Canelo Crawford, because, you know, Crawford is a big guy as well. I mean, I normally would say Canelo because he's a bigger guy, but and normally he's bigger than his opponents and he puts on the weight well. And when I fought him, he was much heavier and